So first I want to look at my skills. Nope, my skills are good. Okay, so first let's go through our evidence. And I really am kind of at a loss here. Due to the explosion, the victims I forgot to pause the recording. Damn it. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. Oh, that could be charged, because I know if I had thrown Kyoko under the bus, this would all be very different. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They also had been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Several rooms had been locked up until this point. The headmaster's room on the 4th floor, the biolab on the 5th floor, the Monokuma door in the data center on the 4th floor, and the 2nd floor of the dormitory area. In addition, the areas directly connected to Mukuro Ikusaba's death are the garden and dojo. The Monokuma room in the data center appeared to reveal a small room used to command Monokuma. This is where the mastermind had been issuing commands to the Ursine robot. Hina really should know it's not Makoto. You gotta go to sleep. Oh no! Alright, Mari. Well, I am uploading all of these on YouTube. I've already got up to Sakura's investigation on my YouTube channel, and once the game is done, I'm gonna try to upload straight. I'm gonna rapid fire them up. So if you want to catch how it goes and how it ends, that's where it'll be. Hope you won't have too many surprises this trial. Yeah, we'll see. Listen, I know in my heart I'm right about Junko. I hope I made you proud with that that little bit of detective work. I know you can't answer that, but I know. I know. I know. Thank you for being here. You have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you soon. The tarp found in the garden had played a part in Mukuro's murder. Biolab had been stamped onto one corner of the tarp. The same kind of tarp was found in the biolab, so there's no doubt that this tarp came from there. I haven't really talked too much about this, but I'm assuming it just means that the killer moved the body from the biolab. Just reiterating that it's probably who we thought was Junko. I don't know what that means, Charge. According to the headmaster's report, Mukuro did not have a single scar or wound when she came to Hope's Peak Academy. In addition, her physical features were as follows: 5'7", 97 pounds, 31, 22, 32 for her vitals. Kyoko has confirmed that the corpse matches these characteristics. The phrase, "the ultimate despair," does not refer to a single individual, but a like-minded group of people. 1 year ago, that group brought about the single worst event in human history. They are motivated only by despair, making them some of the most despicable people to ever live. Oh, yeah, I would never have, I had no idea. There was a brightly colored box sitting in the headmaster's hidden room. Inside the box were human bones, the last remains of the headmaster. I will say, Charge, I've been watching Meg play that a little bit, and honestly, it looks fun as hell. I loved everything I've seen about the game. But, you know, it's not for everybody, I suppose. In his hidden room, the headmaster kept a photo of him and a young Kyoko together. In the photo, they are both smiling. An emergency handbook was found in the headmaster's hidden room. This handbook apparently has no restrictions and was given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. The notebook was found in a locker on the 2nd floor of the dorms. Yasuhiro's name was written on the inside, and it has notes for a number of different classes. The pocketbook was found in a locker on the 2nd floor of the dorms, and based on what was written inside, it's believed to be Kyoko's. There's some kind of message scrawled on the last page of the pocketbook. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Yeah, it all makes sense. The biolab on the 5th floor seems to have been repurposed as a morgue. I would argue, Charge, that a game doesn't have to tread new ground. It just has to do... It has to be fun and entertaining for the people who want it. If it delivers that to its fan base, I would say it's a 100% successful game. It's certainly good to break new ground, but I don't think that's by any means a necessity of being a good game, I would argue. The biolab on the 5th floor seems to have been repurposed as a morgue. A corpse fridge has been installed in the biolab. It seems that a blue light comes on to indicate a slot is occupied. The number of blue lights, counting the slot with Mukuro's body inside, comes to a total of 9. The photo depicts all the Hope's Peak students wearing matching uniforms. Well, no. Worth noting is that Mukuro is pictured while Makoto is not. Could that mean all the others are working together somehow? No. I mean, like I said, I guess I would compare that to, like, the multiplayer on the Tomb Raider games. Tomb Raider had multiplayer too, but, I mean, who the hell bought Tomb Raider to play multiplayer, you know? I don't remember... A lot of the people I talk to who freaking love the new Tomb Raider games, we don't look at it for its multiplayer. Like, cool, it had multiplayer, that's great. But, honestly, so what? What's memorable about the game is the story it told, the new direction with the characters, the gameplay, the beauty of the world around, you know? And its pitfalls. The drawbacks of the Tomb Raider games were aspects not related to that. Now, granted, I agree, Avengers is... I would say it's not a multiplayer angle, though. It's a multi-character angle. As long as the multi-characters is done well, I would compare it more as a superhero game comparable to, like, Spider-Man PS4 or Arkham or what have you. Like, in fact, Arkham Knight, where you could play as Nightwing, you could play as Azrael, you could play as Robin, you could even play as Harley Quinn at one point. Like, it's not about being multiplayer, it's about being multi-character, I would say. But, like I said, you know, it just depends on what people wanted from it and what people get out of it, I suppose. Could that mean all the others are working together somehow? That is an asinine take from Makoto, and exactly what I'd expect from him, but goddamn, Makoto. It would seem that while Toko and Genocide Jack share certain fundamental knowledge, their individual memories are separate, which is important for some reason. Noted. Kyoko attests that both the stab wound and the blow to the head were inflicted after death. The DVD Kyoko found contained interviews between the headmaster and all the Hope's Peak students. Makoto, however, had no such memory of an interview. Thanks to Monokuma's interference, Makoto was not able to watch the DVD all the way through. See, I don't think that's the case either, Charge. Not necessarily. I don't think that's the takeaway from it. Because more likely that would, in a case of like a class photo, it wouldn't be a student who takes that picture. It would be the teacher or a headmaster, you know? That's my thought, but you could be right. That could be it. It's certainly, as Kyoko would say, it is certainly a possibility, and we must examine all possibilities. It could be true.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
Oh?
So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win!
Okay.
And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
That's not a good sign. That means she's pretty confident she's gonna win.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
We don't want the bear, we want the mastermind.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
That's a good question.
Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me!
Wait. I bet you everyone got the same photo, but they were missing from each photo that they received.
I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
I bet that's it. Okay, I'm guessing group photo?
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line.
Yup, okay.
You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
You simple children.
What? Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yup.
How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
No, that's wrong.
We got it.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
I don't know that even Byakuya is stupid. I think Byakuya has been operating under the assumption that Monokuma will always tell the truth. Oh yeah, Valhalla?
Well, yeah.
Technically, you're watching a YouTuber do it right now because I'm uploading all this to YouTube. But how's it going? How's the YouTuber dealing with it all? Are they handling it well?
Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it.
Uh-huh. Sounds like
But that can't
Monokuma
be
did a
right,
little bit of
Because
photoshopping.
in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Hang on, where's... Oh look, Junko's face is hidden again. Imagine that. Look at Celeste back there creeping. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already figured it out, but no clues, Valhalla. Make sure you don't give any hints. Because if I hadn't figured that out, I'd be very upset with you right now. I figured as much, in which case...
Hiro, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
This one too, it's just like I thought. Wait, no, I forgot.
So the
Damn it, I
secret
wanted
in
to
these
look at that.
pictures has
Shit.
been revealed.
Oh, she does! Oh my god! I did not catch that. That is Morgana. Well, hot diggity damn. Good catch, Oof.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
Guys.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap?
No, because Junko is in each of them.
A trap? How
As
rude!
is Mukuro.
What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
No, it was a hint. They're just not catching the hint. The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. And that person is... Junko! God damn it, it's Junko!
A gun! In each case, the only one not in the picture
That's not
is
true,
the person
though.
who received it.
You never see Junko's face! I know I'm right about this.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
And where's... Yep,
And in the
her
picture
back
Hiro
again.
got, He's the only one missing.
It was fucking Junko. The real Junko, who we've never met.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Show me. Oh, look at that, getting splashed by
In
water.
other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Kyoko didn't.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging
Listen,
at me? There's a few
Can I
things.
see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. No, I really don't. I already got it. What is Sakura doing? By the, is she like how do you how? Also, when Hifumi lands, he is straight up not gonna have a good time. Just saying. And there's oh no, I'm sorry. I thought that was yeah. Celeste and Toko are back being creeps. Hello, Kenyon. How's it going? Hi. Hello. Howdy. Hey there. Byakuya's picture. Kina's picture. Hiro's picture. And mine. Yup. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something... Makoto's too dense to have caught on about Junko yet. I think it's that, Mukuro is in all
Can you
of
just
them.
forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No. I assure you, they're quite real.
They are.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah, I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
I wonder if we can use the missing chicken and the extra... Oh no, we already used the missing chicken. I wonder if we can use the weird photos that Makoto found in this.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
It's a possibility.
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason, some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Amnesia. Is this gonna be that hangman's? Yep. This is fine. This is easy. Amnesia. A-M. I need an M. Give me an M. E. S. Nope. A. Give me an A. Got it.
Now I
peasy.
understand.
I got this one all figured, I think. Most of it.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it,
I guess I don't
couldn't
have
it?
all of it figured. I have a lot of it figured out. I still don't understand the overarching mystery of the school, though.
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
When you put it like that, it sounds stupid.
As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
Show them the DVD, Makoto. It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it, but no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it, and there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. The DVD! I know what to do. Interview DVD. Wow, you got a lot of...
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory.
Oh, I promise
Ever
you
since I
have.
got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
No, that's wrong.
We're on a roll with this case. I'm loving it.
Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
You'd like that, but no.
No, it's nothing like that.
When we all get out of here, I really
It's a
hope...
video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
I really hope Toko can get some help.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself.
There
The
it is.
headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Yep.
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
That's a very practical way of looking
How
at
can
it.
you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
Well,
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us
Yeah.
down, one at a time, and asked us the same question.
that's a good question, though, from Byakuya.
He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
I want to know why they said that.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
That's a good question.
I don't
but
know.
I don't have the answer
I
yet.
don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
But it's what happened.
Insane or not, we can't
Oh.
move forward until you accept it.
That's an
Am I right?
interesting... That's an interesting thought, Oof. I kind of wonder that myself. So here's a question. If one of them gets amnesia, do they both get amnesia, or does only one? That's a very interesting idea. I would love to find an answer to that.
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
Yup.
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
Frick.
This is all... making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
How, though? How did you do
Of
that?
course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
I'd like to know that as well.
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and
We?
messed with your brains?
We?
Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
It was Junko and Mukuro, both of whom work for the Ultimate Despair.
What matters is figuring out
I
what
caught it.
memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost.
They're not.
There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
To create the Ultimate Despair? Hey, Abby, how's it going?
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does.
To create the ultimate
But
despair, I
that
assume.
part's still a secret.
Ah, got it. You're gonna
Anyway,
be that
I'm
guy.
sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
Junko did. So until we do that, going good. How am I? I'm doing pretty well, I gotta be honest. My head is starting to hurt from all of this puzzle solving, but we're close to the end, and damn it, I'm gonna finish it. Well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery, so the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. Okay. It's probably gonna be the profile, I'm guessing.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Let's hear all the
Whoever
arguments.
did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
Okay.
But when you think about it,
Are you a fan
is
of
the
Danganronpa?
mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you
Wait.
so sure?
Wait, I think I got it. I think I got a thing. Control room. It doesn't mention the hatch.
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
No.
These masterminds
Not what I
always
wanted.
lurk off in the background, right?
Fuck. I'm positive they're somewhere in this school. Yep, I got it. I know where to go.
So who did it? Whoever did it is that much I'm.
But when you is the mastermind.
Of course, they have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so...
Exactly. You're just making stuff up.
We
The
got it.
mastermind is probably a million miles away.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, I will say I am loving this game, but it's
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
it's blowing my mind. Now, definitely don't tell me if I'm right or wrong or give any hints or anything, but currently my theory is that Junko is the mastermind, the real Junko. The Junko who died was Mukuro Ikusaba. I'm almost certain of those two facts. How they did the rest of this, though, the mystery of the school, that I'm still out on. Now, we'll see if I'm right about that, but for the record, as soon as I saw the nail polish in the last case, I called that was Junko. Do I plan on playing the second game? Yes, though not immediately. I need to take a break after doing a 55-hour visual novel. I'm going to play something between these, and then I'm going to jump on to either Danganronpa 2 or the first Phoenix Wright.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma.
I mean, we found it. Aoi was there, too.
The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time.
Do you like it, Oof?
So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt.
I actually had played the first two Phoenix Wright games. I've never played the third one, but it's a visual novel. I don't remember all of the answers, so I thought it could be something fun to do with my community, and, you know, even for the cases that I've done before and that I do fairly well remember, it's still a visual novel and entertaining as hell, so I figured it wouldn't be too bad, you know? It'll be fun, and it'll be a chance to stretch my voice acting.
In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Well, about that.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
Probably the janitor.
So if the
It's true.
mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
If it's the janitor, if he's anything like the janitor from Scrubs, I could absolutely believe that guy's a serial killer.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me.
I blame Makoto!
Really?
What? Why me?
Cuz! It's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed!
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Well, no.
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Oh, fuck you, Monokuma.
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic.
I don't know who that is, Charge.
The Mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
Well, it's funny you should mention
If you
that.
want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, Charge. Not familiar with her.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Yeah, but I don't think we've actually established what it was, though I know it was probably like a bajillion spears. Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been the other wounds.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Well,
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days?
it's certainly possible.
If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense. What part of that doesn't make any
Because-
sense?
Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know,
You're wrong.
Yeah, we've got proof on that too.
she denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay?
No.
At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Jeez. We really gotta get that girl a therapist appointment. The profile. Yeah, that.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles.
Yeah.
So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
This is going really
No.
well so far,
Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle.
and I dig it.
The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
Okay, moving on.
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
Yep. Maybe like a whole bunch of spears or something.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Look at that. Look at the position of the... Those are the fucking spears. God damn, I figured it out so fast, and I am going to wear this badge with honor.
But if that's what killed her...
I'm so proud.
Then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means.
Yep.
When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant.
That's a good point. So that was Junko, I guess.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else. The mastermind.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me, but I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
So here's the question. Why did Junko and Mukuro trade places?
What are
You
you,
like that?
laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question.
Okay.
Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
We just literally presented a whole bucket full of evidence that it couldn't be Mukuro. There's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me, even if I didn't see their face. Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker, it should be obvious. Wait, what? Okay.
You never saw their face, right?
Okay, so we're gonna be grabbing
So you
one, I
can't
suspect.
have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Fuck, I missed.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove
Good
it wasn't
Kyoko,
her.
She knows.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
Hey, frick! I don't remember which one she had it on. Does it say here? No. Fuck! I don't remember which hand. Oh, why can't it tell me which hand it was on? Oh, fuck me. Fuck. I'm gonna have to guess. All right.
Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot.
It's either the left hand or the
Or
right
could
hand.
it be the hips?
I know it's the right hand or the left hand. Her most noticeable feature, the tattoo that marked her membership in Fenrir, was in a certain easy-to-spot area.
You never saw their face, right?
I think it was the right hand.
So you can't have any idea
I
who
think-
was under that
We'll find out.
mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mook.
no,
God, I
it's
got
wrong.
Okay, I was starting to sweat a little bit there.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo.
Look at those nails. That's
But
so
I saw the
obviously-
right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was
yeah.
no such tattoo.
Sure enough.
So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her.
Uh-huh.
But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Except everyone else had an alibi.
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
So it had to be Junko or Kyoko.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
But it wasn't.
Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it
Her
wasn't
hands.
me.
Her right hand. Before anyone could say anything, why are her hands scarred up, I wonder? Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
She will do anything to get this case solved. I respect that. Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
What you got to say?
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
Fuck you.
Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
You're such a bitch.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the murder. I have the murder mostly figured out.
That's true.
Um,
All we know
I
right
think we
now
can
is
get
she was
through that,
killed
no
a
problem.
good while before this morning.
the trick is going to be solving the mystery of the school.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Yup.
Then somehow she was killed in secret
Nope.
without any of us knowing.
Nope.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
She was in the bio lab.
If she was,
Being
she
preserved.
would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Well said, Toko.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
It is a burn, you're right, Kenyon, but it's also absolutely true. There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored. The biolab.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Yep.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
Yup.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
In the tarp.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The tarp. The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. There's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden. This.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Sure does.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Well, I looked at it, and I can read.
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
I hope, when this is all said and done, that if nothing else, Byakuya at least has some respect for Makoto.
In
feel like
fact,
he's earned it.
there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
It is.
But that's just a wild guess!
Oh, Monokuma's not liking that.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved!
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Yup.
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous.
Does she already know?
Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Does she already know?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
The missing body. An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking
La
about...
la la, I can't hear you! La 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 la!
Such a child. Oh well. just
Hey,
ignore
Metal.
him.
How's it going? I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
Oh, fuck you. What? Has pizza for dinner tonight.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Metal, that's not ice cream. Moving up in the world. What kind of pizza you doing? That actually sounds really heckin' good.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Oh, fuck you.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
This freaking lady.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
That sounds goddamn great, Metal. That's a fine pizza you got there.
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
You're done awfully early today, too. That's pretty nice. That's a good way to have a Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday. Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. You mean she. So if I want to shut her up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam her with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. Yup. The moment of truth. Oh, not this.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Come on.
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
We got him?
I'm not listening!
What? What? What the hell?
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening!
Why can't I get him? Oh, was that? Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening!
What? I don't... I don't understand. You switched up your schedule on Wednesdays to work earlier in the day to be done earlier in the day? Oh, nice. Nice. Well, we've already seen this. Well, it would seem you weren't unable to typo to uncover the mystery of the school or Mukuro's death. You know what that means? Punishment time. Yeah, give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
How? It was the secret, right? Hang on. Wait. I want to look at the evidence. I want to see what it all means. Oh, fuck.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Rawr! What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? Proof!
Okay. It's
I'm not
the secret.
listening!
There, it's that. It's the light.
This should prove it.
My bad. I got it now. Oh, I don't know how I fucked that up so badly.
The inconsistency
That was
Hyoko's
stupid.
talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Oh, yes. We can count to 10.
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there.
Do you normally get your weekends free, Metal?
That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
So I wonder if he's actually
But
seen
I
these.
counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
I stand corrected. Most of us can count to 10. 9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on is 10.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious?
Really?
Why?
You too, Toko?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
I am very disappointed in these people. That's right, that's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Well, Junko. Leon was third. Chihiro was fourth. Mondo was fifth. Taka was sixth. Then Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was 8th. Sakura was 9th. And victim number 10 was Mukuro. Lately, you've had weekends free. Typically, you work a second job as a receptionist at a camp for children with medical needs on the weekends. Oh, that's actually really nice. Go, Metal. Nice. Oh, we got a sub, and my alerts are working right now. Thank you so much for the sub, Ross.
Scriptwriting just raised the stakes by subscribing.
Raise the stakes. Thank you for the sub, man. Thank you so much. Enjoy your emotes.
So 10 people in all?
And your ad-free viewing.
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
It was recycled.
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
I mean, that is technically true with the bomb. You love your jobs, you get to wear a unicorn onesie at your camp. Do you really? Okay, so here's a question. Did that happen before or after you chose the name Metal Rock Unicorn?
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
Atta girl.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Right. You can't remember when you created a Twitch account, gonna say before? You've always had a thing for unicorns. Okay. I was just curious. Out of curiosity, is there any particular reason you like unicorns? Like, what is it about them that appeals to you?
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims, why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? Only 9 murders took place. Or the same person was killed twice. There weren't actually 10 murders, but 9. That's why there are 9 bodies. That's patently untrue. Counting Monokuma's executions, there have indeed been 10 murders. I think we can all agree on that. Actually, you're completely right, so... What? No, shut up! There hasn't... God damn it! Fine. Fine. You want a right answer? I'll give you a right answer. The same person was killed twice, which is stupid, but okay.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
The movie and book The Last Unicorn has been your absolute favorite story ever since you were little. You related to the unicorn a lot. Okay, so I actually read that book when I was little. I never saw the movie, but my sister was super into horses. Like, it was her thing. And when I came into the picture, I was like, oh, sister, I want to be just like you. I look up to my sister so much. I shall now love horses. And so I borrowed her copy of The Last Unicorn and I read it. And then I actually really freaking loved it. And I'm pretty sure, I don't remember anything about it, but I remember being like emotionally moved by it. Like it shattered me for some reason. I have no idea why. I just remember like my mom having to explain to me emotions. Yeah, I vaguely remember that charge. That book was super heavy. I don't remember why. Maybe because I repressed it? I don't know. It was the only time I read it, but I loved it, and funny enough, I feel like... Well, no, that's not where my thing with horses ended. It didn't last long. Very quickly, I was like, nah, that's not for me. My sister sucks. But, you know.
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
That's the most obtuse way of saying it.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
That's a very good takeaway, Metal.
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Well, Charge, I think she's talking about The Last Unicorn book.
Could easily have happened. No.
It is.
It is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
Yes, I can.
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
Oh, please.
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
I wonder how long Kyoko has known.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Is that right? No, she is not. You know, that doesn't surprise me, Charge.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
No.
Junko Enoshima?
Yes.
Leon Kuwata?
No.
Chihiro Fujisaki?
No.
Mondo
No.
Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru?
Nope.
Hifumi Yamada?
Nope.
Celestia Lu,
No.
whatever. Or maybe Sakura Ogami?
Nope.
No. There's no way anyone
And was murdered
No, that's wrong.
It was Junko.
Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
Yup.
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of
Why?
wounds across her body.
Why did Junko kill Mukuro masquerading as Junko?
When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up.
It's true.
That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
Yup. And the stats.
let
we already
me
looked
see
at the
if I
stats
have
and they
this
match
straight.
perfectly.
Junko, or someone going by that name,
there
was
you
stabbed
go.
to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again.
In the tarp.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
And likely was Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
Yup.
Wait, so then... What does it all mean?
It means that there was a betrayal.
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Junko.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
Junko.
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro.
No.
She's still alive.
But she's not.
She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
Why would the
So
ultimate
Mukuro is
soldier
still alive.
refuse
She's
to
gotta be.
refuse to take part in this game?
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
You're close. That's what I thought. Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive. I agree. But in Toko's defense, that is the obvious conclusion.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
No.
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her.
I got
So
it.
the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma?
Really? It's...
The body we found,
I
It
think it's...
wasn't Mukuro.
Yeah, okay, we got
No,
it.
that's wrong.
This
No,
is a brain
The
buster.
body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
This was really clever. And I imagine writing a mystery like this takes a lot of work.
The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall
No.
and weighed 97 pounds.
She was 5 foot
Her
7
vitals
inches.
were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
I assume that's just a typo.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
The real Junko. Someone's made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Yup. We know who it is. It's you.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
But why? I still want to know
But
that.
we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
Proof, you can see, and that's what I noticed when we found the body. Those are her boots. That they were still wearing those very same boots.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
No, not quite. You gotta get
But
more
you
imaginative.
yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
You gotta get more creative, Byakuya. Think outside the box. Now that you mention it, I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check, absolutely, and I can say for sure...
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Did they try to do what Celeste and Hifumi pulled? Did they try to swap places, do you think?
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
No, well, no, I guess that's not what Celeste and Hifumi pulled, but, like, why? Why would they swap places? To what end? What do they gain?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Can you imagine doing this case with her dead?
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor
You gotta
story.
think outside of the
I
box.
think we need to look at this from the opposite
Thank you.
direction.
Thank you, Kyoko.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I mean, I know the answer. I checked her. She was dead. I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? There you go. It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely? Maybe she used some sort of trick. There it is. Finally, we're there. A hangman's gambit, really? L. Give me an L. A. D. Oh. Got it.
Now I understand. That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place.
Mukuro.
Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Yup.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching
But
places
why?
thing, but
I would love to know why.
that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
And why did she
Yeah, you're saying they switched?
get herself
When
killed
could they even have done that?
from the very beginning?
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Oh, no. What are you, Hifumi now?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Oh, you guys quit far too easily. There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain that they could have switched. Yeah,
I got it.
that's it.
The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
Why?
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched,
I thought Byakuya
then they
already
wouldn't have
knew
had to
this,
switch at the moment of death, right?
based on what he was saying when we found the profile, you know? He seemed like he knew more than I guess he did.
After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Yup.
Hold on. So You're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had like a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
It's true.
So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference.
But the magazine, didn't we see her on the cover of magazines?
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Or did we? Now I'm starting to doubt.
But Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Yeah.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
Okay, that makes sense.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
And the boots. Nobody ever talked about the boots. I feel like Kyoko, of all people,
They were
should
the
have thought
same
that.
fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Yep.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
Nothing?
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
I like to think she's in that control room right now throwing an absolute fit.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
No.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Really? Now that's an interesting statement, don't you think?
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
So she still refuses to admit it, but she can try to deceive us all she wants. It doesn't matter, because I've already figured it out. She tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Wait, what? Hang on. What? Oh. Right?
I got it!
Yeah.
While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster,
It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which, of course, meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oopsie! Looks like it broke! Out of service! What? It just so happened to break now? Now, then, when, doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
you made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
And her face is hidden in all the
Oh,
pictures.
yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Wait, did Kyoko see the original?
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've got to reveal that. Wait, what? Oh, what?
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible!
Come on! We got him. All right, what do you got? Photo?
That's impossible!
Interview. Is that? Nope. Fuck! It's a group photo! Nope. I wish I could look through my choices.
What? What do you want?
Come on.
That's
Interview.
impossible!
This?
This should prove it.
Yes, okay. All right. I really wish I could just look through the evidence.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, yeah.
I noticed it just a little while ago.
You're in trouble
when
now,
we were
buddy.
all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Good, Makoto.
What's
this
so
is actually
unusual
sharp.
about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The unusual circumstance is Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Love it. Also, I'd love to have some of those donuts. Just finished? All right,
It's
well,
hard to
we're,
believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think?
We're still working on it, Valhalla.
And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
I'm eager to find out why
Which
they
is why you
switched.
had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed
Yes?
that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
What the hell? What?
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game.
I think they were both behind it, though.
She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
Funny, the ultimate despair would be a bear.
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run.
But we still have to solve the mystery of the school.
I'll prove everything right now.
You will? Oh. Okay. All right. Let's do this. What was the identity of the ultimate fashionista who I met in the main hall? Mukuro. Who was killed violently. Where did the mastermind keep Mukuro's body? In a freezer. Okay. The mastermind attacked me with something. What was it? A knife. Knife? There we go. Ooh. When the mastermind attacked me, who was it that stopped them? It was Kyoko. To the rescue. After their surprise attack failed, the mastermind fled my room. No. There we go. Now that's looking good. What did the mastermind do with the mask after they took it off? They put it on the body. What was the condition of the dead body when I first found it in the garden? It was pretty good. Honestly, I'm still surprised Toko survived that bombing. We couldn't identify the mysterious body because it got blown up. That it did. All right,
Here's
let's see how we
exactly
did.
what happened. We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
How did they pull all of this
And
off?
that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Why?
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue,
Right.
until Junko decided to put her body to use.
So this part was not planned ahead
Junko
of time.
dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile,
How'd we do
she
here?
wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me.
So maybe she didn't plan on killing Makoto.
After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room.
Yeah, because she could have easily attacked Kyoko there, right?
Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
What a bitch.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence.
Well, almost.
She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder.
Where did she put the bomb, I wonder?
And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
Why don't you come on out? We can all talk face to face.
The
huh?
real Junko and Oshima.
Might as well come on out. We don't need the bear anymore. Then again, we
That's
might
the
beat the
whole
stuffing out
story
of her.
behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
No, she's coming, I think.
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
Oh, she will. She's on her way.
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
What the hell does that mean?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Oh, maybe she's not coming. No, we have to solve the mystery of the school still, too.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
As long as it's all voice acted, I'm good with it. Well, there she is. Notice she has more blue eyes. They're less gray.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world.
What?
We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking.
What?
Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind? I'm glad that was just her yanking our chain. She's the real Junko Enoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory, or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
And you know, she had said something to the effect of she always has to live with despair. She has nothing but despair. It sounds like it.
Your face!
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
It's depressing just to listen to her talk.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her somewhere too before. It was definitely before I got to this school. So, before arriving at school?
I got it!
Because you
That's
literally
right.
just said that?
It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover,
Yeah.
and you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
You know, when she holds her face like that, I know she's got 2 fingers up instead of 1, but it looks like she's flipping us off.
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Haha, well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista.
If depression had a voice, this would be it.
2 people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins?
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
She's unstable.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself! But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
Was she wearing those bears in her hair all along? No. Okay, she had a rabbit and a bow. Okay.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
Okay.
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family,
Really?
leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Dude, she is not a nice kid.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause.
Uh-huh.
She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
This is fucked up.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
Okay. That happened.
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
Kudos to the voice actress, by the way.
So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal.
Yup.
Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Yeah. And I noted all the spears made sure that, like, she didn't have any dying words. It was very fast. Huh? This wasn't supposed to. Why me? Oh, well, never mind.
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that?
Yeah.
You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary.
I don't know if I'm dreading or looking forward to her changing personas again.
We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it? That's not true at all.
Oh my. Okay, well, there's the next persona.
We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Now she has mushrooms on her head.
That's why it gets me so excited. Huh? Killing my precious sister with my own 2 hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it.
Jesus.
It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Mood. Fucking mood, hero.
And my sister, too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right?
Let me guess, you like that?
So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
You might be extrapolating a little.
I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Stop.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
Oh?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow!
I'm literally like shell-shocked by all of this.
You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then, we'll have our victory!
This is just not what I expected, you know?
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
Hang on, did I go offline? I did. I'm sorry. Ash and Kenyon, I see you guys have messages. Those never showed up in my chat window. I'm very sorry. I was not ignoring you guys, I promise. Okay, I guess my chat's now over here. Sounds good to me, Ash. You know how I feel about tacos. Never extrapolate, you end up with faulty data and chafing. Huh. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Was I offline a second ago? Was I, like, lagging out or something? Fortunately, I'm not dependent on the VOD for this one. I'm recording on OBS, but that's weird. Alright. Let's keep going.
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance day exams.
What? No.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before.
What's to stop us from literally just beating the stuffing out of her? Like, she can't kill us now. She's all on her own.
All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
All the memories you lost. Thinking back to what Monokuma's told us, the memories that were stolen from us, and what they must be related to...
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
I guess there is that, oof.
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
I've only seen 2 of the motives.
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Being forgotten. The theme for the motive Monokuma gave us for the first murder. Monokuma gave us those DVDs. On my DVD was footage of my family. On Sayaka's was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, the motive we were given was... human connection.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships.
Yeah.
For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships
Man,
and
I
showed
still
you the
want to
results.
see them.
It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question!
God, that's jarring.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
The second motive, that was... No, third motive was money. That's when we got those weird envelopes from Monokuma. Mine mentioned how I used to wet... Oh, the embarrassment. So the theme that time was... the past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Interesting.
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
That was the money, right? The theme for the third murder was... The reason Celeste turned to murder was... she wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. So greed? Yeah.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
It's so jarring.
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
It did.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
She's making
Don't
a
worry,
point.
sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Loyalty? The motive in the case of Sakura's death was... what was it that made Sakura decide to kill herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret, so the theme of the motive... was betrayal, right?
I got it!
Yeah.
In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards.
Okay, so we have human connection, the past, greed, and then betrayal.
Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
That's a good question.
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
Yeah, they are.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world.
Right, I forgot about this persona, Jesus.
In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment.
Kyoko almost seems as astonished as I am by all of this.
And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
Is she, though?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories.
Are we?
What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
She took away memories that would have given us hope?
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope.
Oh no.
Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right?
But we all agreed to stay here.
The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Interesting.
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
Because the videos already happened. Because Makoto's family is gone and Sayaka's band had already broken up. Because we all agreed to this to escape despair.
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
Oh no. The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
Let me guess. This takes place in 2021.
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame!
And not to cliffhanger you guys, but...